Dunk.
Hey, how we doing, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? Infail here with another crazy build that I did in Season 8 PD2. This is my Proc Necromancer. So we'll start off with the gear. A Passion Phase Blade. I'm recording this in the Crafting League, so that's why you can't see the rune word name, but it still works. So Passion Phase Blade is just so I get 1 point to Zeal, so that I can hit multiple times, so I can proc the Bone Spear for this build as much as possible. If I was rich, because I've mentioned in previous videos, I like to just have an idea and then use whatever gear I have. Most of the time it's built around finding one thing, which is my shield, which I'll show in a minute. So with this, you could have any other strong weapon, the unique Berserker Axe, Death Cleaver. You could have the unique Tomahawk. You could pretty much have any weapon and then just go Ferocity Helmet instead for the Zeal, you know? And that would be fine. But I had this circlet which helped with the resistances. It helped with the faster run walk of getting about. So yeah, I just, again, I ended up using it because it was there. Wish I had a better excuse. I wish I had more money for this build. So yeah, but that helps, you know, just get it out there. But you also get the Heart of Wolverine from Passion Phase Blade, so that helps with your AR and stuff to get the hits. So yeah, Circlet's nothing special, you know. Amulet, I'd have liked it to have been +2 Necromancer skills, but for the things that it does, it's good in the sense that it has the fast hit recovery, the massive attack ratings, you want to be able to get the hits off. Obviously a very sorry slam there of Pierce, but I didn't have time to craft better. But you want something with skills and faster hit recovery and AR, so you want to go for that hit power amulet craft. So the reason I made the build is because I had a Homunculus, which I slammed for block rate, which puts me right up in fast as hell blocking category, which is awesome. Never did get a puzzle box to puzzle box it. So if so, I'd have stuck a couple of unrunes in there, really up the resistances. Water Walk Boots, again, for insane blocking. Bit of a rubbish slam, but what are you going to do? Raven Frost for Cannot Be Frozen. A Cast Rate Belt to keep the Blood Warp... casting curses up. Blood Warp, no. Bit of resistances, bit of strength for putting gear on, etc. This one was for attack rating, life leech. Again, strength for putting your gear on, so you can put more into energy and life. We'll get onto that. And then the gloves are, again, AR, so make sure you get the hits to proc. And some much needed resistances. Again, I'd swap those out for something a bit better if I'd have had the holes in there for the resistances. And then the reason I built this in the first place, chat, is bone. Okay, so this, for me, I think this is a very highly underrated rune word because a lot of people don't touch it because it's on striking. And obviously necromancers aren't usually striking. But in this example, a 30% chance is big, right? Especially the amount of times you hit with Zeal. So, and that's a level 25 Bone Spear, which isn't huge, but if you can get it to proc a lot, then it's pretty damn good. So you get the 2 to Necromancer skills, big mana, which is useful, all rares, you know, it's a pretty solid rune word for the runes you pay. It's pretty cheap. So, that's my gear. Mercenary, Ondal's Wisdom, because again, I didn't really have anything better, with an all-res jewel in it, but he gets a bunch of skills from it to do his thing. Peasant Crown, just because I don't think I had anything better at the time. Spirit Shroud, so he had Cannot Be Frozen, but again, also just for skills. Triangles, for faster cast rate, was what it was. Cast rate belt, that's actually pretty decent with the fast hit recovery, life, a little bit of smattering of reses there. And then Tear Haunch was for just a gap to fill for reses. Again, I could have crafted him some boots. I could have done better here. He's very skeleton, you know, stuff going on. But essentially, he has the Sanctuary Aura, so he can bring down the magical resistance of enemies. Again, if I was rich, he'd have an Asylum Staff, which is much better, and, you know, a +3 helmet, +3 armor. Really get those skills up. He'd probably have the unique Crusader Gauntlets, the Occultist, so that he had some curse reduction. Probably still this, but maybe 20, because I don't think he's making his breakpoints. Oh no, he is. He is making his breakpoints. All right, I'll shut up. So yeah, skill-wise, so I've got 2 curses. I found out that 3 curses was kind of unnecessary with this build. I just didn't end up using them, so I went with 2 curses, so that I have Weaken and Life Tap. So that Weaken reduces the target's defense so I can hit it easier and proc the bone spears, and Life Tap to keep me alive while I'm doing it, because let's face it, Necromancers are squishy as hell. Poison and Bone Tree, so I've maxed out all the synergies for Bone Spear, which are Bone Armor, Bone Spirit, and I'm working on Teeth, but like I said, I'm only level 82, so been working on Teeth, had the season not ended on me. And then in the Summoning Tree, just so I've got some big boy tanks to hide around with me, I've gone with Clay Golems to slow everything down because I'm not using Decrepify. So they do a big job of slowing. I've got 3 Golems and just 1 point Blood Warp to get around. So on Switch, I have some really, really sick pluses to my Bone Armor to keep me highly defended. So that's a White Wand, so I get 8 to Bone Armor from the Wand. And with this Unravel Ahead here, I get +1 to all skills from a Splendor Rune Word, and then +3 to Bone Armor, so that's, yeah, +4. So on Switch, I get a massive Bone Armor there. As you can see, it's level 42, and it absorbs 849 damage, which is more than enough. Now, you could have Martyrdom in this gear slot here, and every time you hit, it refreshes your Bone Armor ridiculously. But I forewent that, for want of a better word. I don't even think it is a word, because I wanted the huge block rate here to keep me safe, and then because Bone has a 10% chance to cast a level 15 Bone Armor when struck, it serves enough of a job if you're losing Bone Armor in combat. Let's say you get mobbed by something and you lose your Bone Armor that you cast, there is a chance you'll get it back, albeit somewhat weaker. But it is synergized. That level 15 Bone Armor is, well, not synergized per se, chat. Let me get this straight, because it gains 3 additional absorb per energy, so it's synergized in the sense that I'm not putting into Bone Wall and Bone Prison until they get fixed, because I've tried this before in the past. A melee necromancer hiding behind a Bone Wall. It does work. I've got a clip about it, but it's terrible because Bone Wall and Bone Prison don't have enough life. They need to be heavily worked, but I digress. I've invested points in energy to synergize the Bone Armor to get to the point, so it's not very big there, and especially Vitality and Life aren't very big because Necromancers, they suck for this sort of thing, so it's a bit of a gamble. So yeah, on Switch, you pop out the Bone Armor, you switch back, and then what I would do, again, you don't have to do this, I just do it because I'm an idiot, but you can pop in those Bone Skillers right there, and then I've got level 44 Bone Armor, which is even better. Right, but I don't make a habit of it. I do that sort of thing like before bosses, you know, again, nothing crazy. So we got some Curse Skillers to, you know, get the Life Tap and weaken up. Some Poison and Bone to synergize the stuff coming out of me. Stuff coming out of me, terrible. And then I've got a Summoning Skiller there or 2 just to get the Clay Golems up. And then we got some Magic Damage Charms. Again, a Torch, nothing special here, just weak ass stuff. And then some resistance life stuff going on. You know, pretty budget, pretty cheap. But surprisingly, it does the job. We summon our Heart of Wolverine, so now we've got even more AR and stuff. We'll summon the Clay Golems up. Like I said, we get 3 of those, and they're our little, you know, helper team. And then we've got Blood Warp, and like I said, we've got Zeal over here, and then Bone Spirit is on my Switch, because at the end of the day, chat, this is a fun memes build, and you can Zeal against, like, Bale and bosses and things. Like, map bosses is not too bad. But against, like, Bale, it's a pain in the bum. It's much easier just to shoot a 5k, you know, 5.5k Bone Spirit and let the Golems tank Bale. Because, let's face it, I hate Bale. We all know this. Bale's an idiot. I hate him. So, yeah. The Zealing's just for fun. It's just for memes. So, what we do is we'll pop into Frigid Highlands to do some gameplay. So over here I can be like bam, bam, like that, and then just Zeal away, and as you can see, there's some stuff coming out. My Mercenary's shooting off stuff which really helps to kill too. But yeah, I do that. I blood walk in. There you go, there was one bone spear. I was like, come on, bone spear, we need to get examples. There you go, do you see that? Zealing does a reasonable amount of damage. As soon as the bone spear kicks off, as you can see, they melt. The screen just melts, and it's great. It's just a matter of getting those Zeals in, yeah? So as you can see, it's a bit dicey. It's a bit, you know, hard in the throat, because I've only got a very small amount of life. But as you can see, I'm tanking pretty well because of the bone armor, yeah? And because that's now halved, I'll do a quick switch back, put the bone armor back on, switch back again. Now, the reason I've got Heart of Wolverine hotkeyed is because when you switch, you lose it because you don't have Passion Phase Blade in your hand, which is fair. So that can get annoying and expensive, but not massively expensive. It's not like teleport charge is expensive. But yeah, as you can see, you just like swiping away. It's just fun. It's just memes. I say a lot. Teleport the heads, telestomp, bam, there you go. The bone spear went off, ruined them. Yeah. Mercenary heals you. So again, that tiny life pool there that's pretty scary, the Mercenary heals that up with the Holy Nova. So, and again, anything else? See, because I blocked that then, yeah? You've got huge blocking, so it protects you. Then you've got the bone armor for protection. Resistances, like elemental damage will hurt you. But again, he heals very quickly with the Nova. And it's good to have res, of course. I'm always a res whore. So yeah, there you have it, chap. Just a fun little memes build. It's not the fastest of attacks. I believe it's only about 11 frames or so. Okay, 10 frames. 10 frame Zeal there, which isn't fast. But it's fun. And like I said, I can do maps with it, no problem. Again, the gear slots could be way better. You know, you could have ferocity and then a big weapon there. But obviously to proc the bone spear on striking, you need to be using bone, of course. I've tried it with, the name escapes me, but the rune word Wrath, I think it is, that procs bone spirit. Or oath, or I can't remember, it doesn't matter. I tend to find that the bone spear, when you're zealing and then it just pops off, it doesn't go for a target that's near, it just goes off in a random direction like that and doesn't do anything. So I tested that and I don't like it, it's rubbish. Whereas at least with bone spear, because it's not targetable, it just shoots out from your base, you get that lovely shotgun effect. So yeah, that is my Zeal Bone Proc Necromancer. I hope you enjoyed it.